Hello, welcome everybody to this new webinar organized by Dataxis and sponsored by Technicolor, which we have titled How the World's First Android TV Set-top Box with Hands-Free Voice Control Was Launched in Brazil. My name is Juan Pablo Conti, and I am the Content and Audience Development Manager for the Americas at Dataxis. A few weeks ago, on July 14th, 2021, to be more precise, Sky Brazil and Technicolor announced a truly revolutionary new set-top box for the Latin American market. So we thought it was a great idea to invite two of the key executives who helped bring this advanced piece of equipment to the market, really to help us understand why it was needed, what it took to build it, what new functionality it brings, and more importantly, what it says about the current state and the future direction of the pay TV industry in the region. So let me introduce our two expert speakers for this session. Andre Ribeiro is Marketing Vice President of Sky Brazil. Andre is based out of Sao Paulo. And Rich Phipps is the Director of Product Management in the Video Product Unit of Technicolor. Rich is joining us out of Indiana in the US. Welcome both. Andre, let's start with you. Let's start by introducing you to our audience. You have been working at Sky Brazil, the country's leading satellite pay TV operator, for nearly 15 years. What are your current responsibilities as the Marketing Vice President of the company?
Thanks, Juan. Thanks for having me. Currently, I'm leading our branding, our communications, and I'm also leading the product directions for prepaid and postpaid, both for the new challenges within Brazil's market, and how can we best serve our customers and improve their experiences every day. Okay,
and Rich, in your case, with Technicolor, one of the world's leading CPE vendors for the pay TV and telecom operators for over 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. What does your current role as Director of the Video Product Unit entail?
So mainly I've been working on the strategy and the roadmap for set-top boxes and video services for Technicolor in the Connected Home division. I work a lot on pre-sales and business development activities, especially in the Americas, and even more specifically for Latin American pay TV operators.
Okay, and Andre, so let's go straight to this. I described it as a revolutionary new product, which we truly think it is. We'll see I'll ask you in a minute in terms of why it is revolutionary. But first, I'd like to ask, what was the motivation for Sky Brazil when the company decided that it was time to bring a more advanced set-top box to its subscribers? Why did you decide to explore this new product?
Yeah, we always invested in innovation, and we pioneered a lot of new deployments in Brazil. But the world is changing fast. The consumer is changing fast. So we wanted to have something that leapfrogged the development, that created a more complete experience to our customers and to the Brazilian market. And that's how we came up with the discussions to how can we do that, what that product would look like, and that started it all. So we wanted to leapfrog every development that we already had in place. We wanted to prepare ourselves for the future. At the same time, we wanted to have a complete experience that integrated everything to our consumer. That's how we started this journey. And we combined that with our innovative thinking and our partners as well. We started discussing short after with Technicolor, and here we are today.
That sounds good. So let's now go straight to the product, because it seems this new product from Sky Brazil comes with some advanced functionality that we have not seen anywhere else. And I'm not only talking about Latin America. I understand, and you will be able to explain this better, that there is even some functionality that hasn't been seen in any other set-top box anywhere else in the world. So what sets Sky Connect apart from earlier deployments? Why is it so revolutionary?
As I mentioned, we wanted to set us apart and to prepare for the next demands, or for the current ones, for that matter. How can we prepare for the demands of our customers now and for the future? And what differentiates this product is he has a lot of combined functionalities. It has a far field voice activation, so you don't have to use your remote control to talk to the set-top box. So you can command the set-top box only by waking up Google Assistant. You say, hey, Google, the box wakes up. You can command the box and everything else within your household if you are prepared for that. It has a smart speaker integrated, so you can listen to music without your television on. It has a very powerful hardware that enables games. You can connect a Bluetooth remote control and play your favorite games of the Play Store on that. So there's a lot of possibilities, and it integrates, most of all, it integrates all the content the consumer wants to have in one place. You can have linear channels, you can have VOD, you can have OTT, you can have different platforms all integrated in this one platform. This is why we see ourselves as a hub of content. How can we deliver a better experience within one platform? And this is what sets this apart.
And it's critical when you explain, because especially these times, we're listening practically every week. A new operator launches with an Android-based set-top box. You see the pictures of the remote controls and you see the button of the voice activation. In your case, just want to clarify, you're saying that button is still there, but additionally, you have the option of just not pressing the button, hands-free, completely talking to the box. And this is the first time this is happening on a set-top box, right?
Yes,
anywhere in the world. So that's what sets the revolution in motion. Rich, how difficult was it to design and build this new set-top box to meet Sky's demanding specifications? What challenges did Technicolor need to overcome, and how was the time to market?
So yes, I mean, as Andre pointed out, this is really several products in one. So it presents a lot of challenges. It's a set-top box, it's a hands-free Google Assistant, it's a smart speaker, it's a satellite PVR with 4 tuners, it's an OTT streamer for Sky Play and other apps, it's a music player, and it can be a video gaming machine, or even the center of a connected smart home. So, from a hardware perspective, of course, you start with the main circuit board, but in this case, there's also a separate board for the microphones. There's 2 mics, they're omnidirectional, they're highly sensitive. They're in their own dedicated sealed enclosure because it needs to be designed to pick up the voice commands, even with ambient sounds coming from the TV itself. So that's challenging. And then, it's a smart speaker, so it's got this top-facing speaker with its own enclosure again. So you have good bass response from that speaker for listening to music. And then with any Android TV set-top box with Wi-Fi, there's the issues of the placement of the Wi-Fi antennas for optimal sensitivity and throughput. And with a hard drive product and a PVR, it has to be designed for quiet operation and so forth. So you put all those things in one box, and it's really a big challenge. That's just talking about hardware. And then from a software perspective, with all the use cases that there are, I mean, the number of test suites that you have to pass for certification. I mean, the smart assistant needs to be able to work when the TV is on or when the TV is off. And that's a pretty, different experience. In fact, there are actually 3 Google test suites just for the far field mic certification alone. Wow. So, I mean, all these kinds of things make this for a challenging product development.
I can definitely imagine. I have a question for both of you. Let's start with you, Andre, and really it's connected with what I was just saying. Why do you think Android TV is generating so much interest among network service providers across Latin America right now? What is it about Android TV? Question for both. Let's start with you, Andre.
Okay. I think Android TV is evolving fast, and it brings the possibility to aggregate different contents, different products in one single platform. And we take advantage of the best of both worlds. a very powerful hardware with a very powerful middleware, a very powerful operational system that enables us to be ready for the next big thing. We don't know that what will that be like yet, but it's just around the corner. Eventually, there's a next big thing, and we will have to be ready for that. And with Android, it already makes us be ready right now. And combining both, I think we're in a very good place to take the best out of this new experience and aggregate every time or every day more content, more entertainment to our consumers. Sky Connect is going to be ready for the next few years.
Okay, we'll take a look at that later on. Rich?
Well, I mean, I think we all know that the pay TV industry is faced with a lot of competition now from retail devices, and there's been leading to a lot of churn. So there are services available through OTT streamers or smart TVs. And so this can be considered a threat to the pay TV industry. But what Android TV does is that it converts that threat into an opportunity, because really nobody's in a better position than Sky in Brazil to present a user experience that unifies all these services. I mean, you have your satellite content, and then of course, and then you can bring in all the new services that Andre was alluding to. And that can include not only video but gaming, and these products can continue to be evolved and updated. That's why, again, Android TV is so interesting, because new operating system versions will come out, and they will be supported by this box, and so the box can evolve to last a long time in the market.
Okay, and so of course, super aggregation. I think that's the term that you're referring to. Critically important, one of the key benefits that Android TV brings. How important, Andre, is it today being able to offer pay TV subscribers the ability to access third-party OTT video platforms through that single user interface? And also, what specific OTT services are already integrated into Sky Connect?
Yeah, we see it is extremely important to have, because at Sky we always discuss the content is always complements each other. So the OTT service is going to complement the services from pay TV and vice versa. We believe that Sky Connect offers this complete experience and brings this to our customers. We already have integrated Netflix. We have on the road several more apps that will join Netflix. We have by default YouTube. We have HBO Max soon to come, Disney Plus. So we will integrate all the major and the ones that our customers asks us to. So it's going to be a very complete proposition, Telecine Play as well. Okay.
So some of the key actors there, and some more coming up down the road. Rich, how close are we from that holy grail of HDMI one only TV input consumption? This concept that you started hearing a while ago, and it's all the time there. Are we getting any closer to it? How close are we getting from that concept?
I think with this kind of a product, we're just about there. I mean, the battle for HDMI 1, as we call it, is something we all have to consider. The last thing a pay TV operator wants is for their subscribers to be changing inputs. So, but with a single device like this one that offers all the services that consumers demand and can add services. I mean, there will be new services that become available, so it can stay current. It can stay competitive with all the other offerings out there. And so, when you have a single device that can offer all these services, all with voice commands, hands-free, I mean, there's really no reason to change inputs.
Yeah. Is that one of your greatest fears as an operator, Andre, the subscriber switching inputs? Is it part of the key consideration?
No, we have to provide them with a reason not to. And this is our response to that. So it's
makes sense.
The best there is.
So Andre, we have now this far field voice functionality now built directly into the set-top box. Does that mean that, and I think Rich was plainly saying this is many products into one. Does that mean that for households with this advanced set-top box now installed in there isn't so much of a motivation to buy a smart speaker? Or does one technology replace the other?
I think there's different applications for different products. It can replace, but there's always a target market for different products. And I don't think it's going to completely replace the smart speaker. And they can, of course, have different functionalities as well. So I think it's going to be a very useful product for the living room and even for the main use of the household. But as we know, there's people with 2-3 different smart speakers in their homes, and this is probably going to continue to happen.
What was your take on that, Rich?
No, I was thinking the same thing. I mean, it will probably eliminate the smart speaker in that room, but as you know, there could be smart speakers in other rooms of the home.
Okay. Another question for both. Do you think hybrid set-top boxes are the most sensible strategy for operators, especially operators with legacy pay TV services? But let's start with you, Andre.
We are always looking and following the last surveys and market trends. I believe in this pay TV market, there's a lot of opportunities, and especially for hybrid STBs. I think this is one of those opportunities. We look at our consumer, and we have been working tirelessly to achieve this product that the consumer sees the value and has everything he wants in one place. So we are trying to change and give the customers this experience in an agile way. So we continue to analyze different trends and different aspects of the market and consumers' behavior as well, and see how can we improve even further.
Mm-hmm. And Rich, on these debates, what does the analysis look like from the operator? And does it depend on the size of the operator, or on the fact that it's perhaps a brand new operator or not? What's the analysis of this key topic for them?
So I think for a legacy operator, yes, the hybrid Android TV box is a great solution. I mean, let's not forget that linear TV is still going to be the most popular app, and if you can integrate those channels that you have, in this case, over satellite, you integrate that with all the IP-based content, again, in a single set-top box with a single unified user experience, and with a device that can be easily evolved and adapted to future technologies or future applications, then yeah, I think the hybrid is the way to go.
Okay. Andre, I imagine that this advanced set-top box would initially at least be positioned as a high-end or premium product among your customer base. Is that the case? And what sort of take-up rate are you expecting for this new product?
At the moment, as we were discussing previously, we want to enhance the experience. Today, the content market, the entertainment market, is very dispersed within different platforms. So we want to unify this experience within our set-top box. Sky Connect is going to bring that. We're going to deploy this to our postpaid customers in order to attend to this demand that they are having from us. And we are going, as of right now, you can acquire a bundle that contains the set-top box, the Sky Connect box, and we want to establish that as a reference and the most complete experience in pay TV service.
I'm thinking, could the existence of this product be a motivation for someone on a prepaid package to upgrade to a postpaid? Are you envisioning something like this, or not necessarily?
This could happen, and I think it will happen, but it is not the main goal here. The main goal is to have to deliver the best experience to our customers right now.
Okay. Rich, what tip or what tips would you give an operator who might be considering launching an Android TV-based pay TV service in terms of the technical specs of the set-top boxes or connected devices that they will deploy? And I'm thinking specifically tips that will ensure for them that future versions of the Android TV operating system remain compatible and supported by Google.
So I think the key goal here is longevity. I like to say that the box that lasts twice as long costs half as much. So operators need to look for OEMs that have experience in providing maintenance and Google letter upgrades, and experience in updating the latest version of Netflix that will have to be recertified with each letter upgrade and other key applications like that. Here, I like to put in a little plug for Technicolor. We've been, ever since we launched Android L more than 6 years ago on Android TV, we've been supporting those same boxes. So, I mean, the advice to an operator: make sure that you have an OEM that is capable of providing and has experience in maintaining and upgrading these boxes so that they can support a long life. The Skybox is launching with Android 10, but there will be many upgrades coming in the future. In terms of features, I mean, today, AV1 is the newest codec that is critical here, as most of the the key OTT applications are looking for the benefits of the improved efficiency of AV1 from a compression standpoint. It's a free codec, so that's something certainly to consider for Futureproof. And then features like 4K HDR and the Skybox with a lot of memory, both the DRAM and the flash memory to give enough headroom that allows for future upgrades. So these kinds of future-proof features need to be considered, as well as having an OEM that can provide the support over the years.
Okay, and Andre, connected with that, and you already mentioned you're very at peace with the feeling that you've made everything possible to make sure that this is a future-proof product. But what steps have you taken specifically for that, to future-proof the Sky Connect set-top box?
Part of this, Rich already answered. We were very obsessed with the future-proofing of this box. So we went with the higher tier chipset. We went with more memory. We went with Android, and we chose those elements to really be ready for that. I already mentioned that, to be ready. What's the next big thing? We don't know it yet, but if we have the right components combined within this box that is very, very powerful, we are ready to the next one. And I think these elements is the key to future-proof this box. So we have more memory, we have a better chipset, we have Android that's upgradable within time, and we are ready to continue to explore different possibilities and eventually even to better this box as well, to continue to be up to date with all the challenges and new demands of our consumer.
Mm-hmm. So it will last twice as much, but it costs twice as much, right? That's the idea.
It's not a cheap box, I can tell you that.
No, I can imagine, but I think Rich made it.
But it will last a long time.
Yes, it will.
There you go.
Yes, it will, and it will provide great experience. That's the key here.
Well, it's definitely what you hear consumers are demanding. So at least you're making everything possible on that respect. We're reaching the end. One final question, and I think Rich mentioned the importance of 4K. The same question to you both. Do you really think 4K and HDR will become a standard feature in new set-top boxes in Latin America anytime soon? Andre, what do you think?
I think it will, but there's still some limitation of content within 4K. They're coming every day more, and I think shortly it will be a standard.
Well, you hear Globo. I think Globo was announcing already 8K. Globo's always one step ahead, right? So they were announcing some, what was it? Some of the upcoming sports events in 8K, but that's the very top end. Rich, what do you think?
Well, I think we're talking about Android TV boxes, relatively high-end interactive boxes. I think 4K is yes, it's going to become a standard feature pretty soon. I do think on the other end of the spectrum, though, that we'll still be selling one-way HD boxes for several years as a low-cost way to provide linear channels. But one of these days, yes, 4K will be standard.
Okay. Thank you both very much. I don't know if any final comments from both of you. Andre, any final comments on expectations?
Just would like to thank you for having me here, and I really enjoyed our conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Rich?
And same for me. Thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you both, and we will see you soon in another session from Dataxis. A very special thanks to our sponsor, Technicolor. See you soon.